They were all asleep. The children in their beds, the parents in theirs. Then, in the dead of night, someone came with an axe and didn't stop until 8 lives were gone. This is the story of the Villisca Axe Murders, one of the most terrifying unsolved crimes in American history. On June 9, 1912, a peaceful town in Iowa was shattered by a massacre so brutal, so silent, that no one heard a single scream. 8 people, including 6 children, were bludgeoned to death in their sleep, and the killer was never caught. Welcome to the haunting mystery of Villisca. Villisca, Iowa was a quiet farming town in 1912, population around 900. Everyone knew each other. Crime was rare. Life moved slowly. The town had just hosted a church event the night before, a singing program at the schoolhouse. Josiah Moore, a respected businessman, had even served as the master of ceremonies. After the event, the Moore family and 2 house guests returned home to 508 East 2nd Street, tired, but safe in their own beds. No one could have imagined that by morning, every single one of them would be dead. Let's remember who they were, not just victims, but real people with lives, dreams, and families. Josiah Moore, 43, a well-liked man who ran a grain business and served as a deacon in the church. Sarah Moore, 39, his wife, known for her kindness and strong faith. Herman, 11, Mary, 10, Arthur, 9, Ina, 7. Their 4 children, all bright and full of life. Lena Gertrude Stillinger, 44, a close friend of Sarah's, visiting for the church event. Lena Stillinger's daughter, 12, a young girl who loved school and music. They were not wealthy, they were not famous, but they were loved. Their deaths shocked the entire nation. The next morning, neighbors noticed the house was unusually quiet. No children playing, no lights on. When no one answered the door, a neighbor peeked through the window and saw something horrifying. All 8 victims were lying in their beds, covered with clothing over their faces. Their heads had been crushed with an axe. The youngest, 7-year-old Ina, had been struck over 20 times. The axe was found nearby, cleaned and placed neatly against the wall. There were no signs of forced entry, no footprints, no blood outside the rooms. It was as if the killer had walked in and vanished. Police launched one of the largest manhunts in Iowa history. Detectives from Chicago and Pinkerton agents were called in. Over 20 men were questioned. Some had grudges, others had strange behavior, but no one had a solid alibi or a clear motive. The most infamous suspect was Reverend George Kelly, a traveling preacher who had stayed in Villisca days before the murders. He claimed he was innocent, but he acted strangely, returning to the house multiple times, asking odd questions, was arrested, tried twice, and acquitted both times. But many still believe he was guilty. Other suspects included a local man with a vendetta, a drifter, and even a psychic who claimed to channel the killer. Even after 10 years, the truth remains hidden. But here are the most popular theories. Theory 1. Revenge against Josiah Moore. Some believe Josiah had made enemies in business or politics, but no solid evidence supports this. Theory 2. Reverend George Kelly was the killer. His behavior was suspicious. He returned to the house too often. No physical evidence ever linked him. Theory 3. A drifter or stranger passed through. Someone who entered the house unnoticed and left without a trace. Theory 4. Copycat or ritualistic killing. The covered faces and clean axe suggest something symbolic. Today, the Moore house is a museum, and many visitors claim to hear footsteps, voices, and screams at night. The Villisca Axe Murders remain one of the darkest unsolved crimes in American history. Was it revenge? Madness? Or something more sinister? Maybe you've heard this story before. Maybe this is your first time learning about it. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your theories in the comments below. Who do you think killed the Moore family? If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most haunting true crime cases in history, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss another episode. Next week, we'll be diving into another chilling mystery. The disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. So stay tuned, stay curious, and keep solving crimes with us. Until next time, goodbye good night.